5, Pace will fire. This one's hit into center field. Should be there for Battle. He's on the run. Actually, he won't get there. It's over his head. Over the glove. It's off the warning track. Lingua's rounding second. He's into third base. 2 RBI triple, and the X's have taken control. It's 5-2 in the bottom of the fourth. 3-2 is sent in the air into left field, running up on it and making the plays. Vuletic, he throws it straight to home. Oh, it's on the money. Ortega makes the tag. And what a play, what a throw, Zach Vuletic. He saves a run, and it remains 2-0 Explorers. Here's the 1-2, swing and a miss, and he strikes out Simon Reed. A huge out as Brandon Brocher leads off the inning with a hit by pitch and a walk, but he then retires the next 3 batters in a row. And this one is well hit into left field. He might have just hit another one. It's out of here! Another home run for the Explorers. They go back to back. Chase Harris followed up by Cam Cannon, and it's 10-2 Explorers. Well, the X's still do find themselves down 4-0, but well, they have a little bit of reason to stay optimistic as this game is not quite yet out of reach. Travis Seabrook will look to keep it a 4-run lead for the Gold Eyes, however, as he's back out here, and Daniel Montano will lead off the frame for the Explorers. And well, he's 0 for 1 in the game today, but he has been real good against lefties, as we talked about earlier, batting over 400 on the season against the Southpaws. First pitch here from Seabrooks hit the opposite way and out of play. So now the count runs to 0-1 against the X's designated hitter for tonight. He struck out looking back in the first inning, but still had a pretty quality plate appearance, seeing 6 pitches. This one on the outside edge, called strike 2. He worked the count to 3-2 back in the first inning before taking one about the same spot as right there, which was called strike 3. This pitch high and away. That one was a pretty well-located pitch, and a lot of batters are going to go ahead and chase for that one, but Montano, he stays disciplined up there. Brings the count 1-2. Here's a pitch. This one sent foul down the right field line as it bounced in the dirt on the warning track and then over the fence, just shy of the Winnipeg bullpen. Count remains 1-2 here. X is trying to get back into this one, and well, they only have 1 hit against Seabrook today. Their only base runner was Ozzy Martinez back in the second. The 1-2, this one missing low and away in the dirt. And it's 2-2. But yeah, Travis Seabrook, he's been pretty dominant today. And he was as well. You go back to his 2 starts ago against the Explorers when the Gold Eyes won 8-0, although that was what you might consider a JV team, as this one misses high. It's ball 3, and the count is full. Maybe a C team of sorts as well, with the bad luck that the X's were dealt with. 3-2 count here, and it's fouled back into the netting, so Montano staying alive here. Another good plate appearance, as well, he's seen 7 pitches, but you know, talking more a little bit about Seabrook, he went 4 innings without allowing a run back against Sioux City in Winnipeg on June 16th. 3-2, taken outside, ball 4, and Montano will take his base, representing the second base runner of the game for the Explorers, and trying to get things started with a leadoff walk. Now John Nagowski at the plate with nobody out, runner on first base, and Travis Seabrook looking to keep his strong start going, but the X's do have a threat. They want to get some revenge here as the first pitch to Nagowski drops in there for strike number 1. Talk about revenge. I mean, Winnipeg has just had the upper hand in this battle all year long. 6-1 against the Explorers. So they've got every reason to want to win one here. 0-1 count to Nagowski. He watches that one miss outside for ball 1. Montano on first base. He's an outfielder, but only 1 stolen base on the season. Been caught stealing once. Designated hitter tonight. Nagowski, the first baseman. He's 0 for 1 in the game. 1-1 count here as that one's taken a high. It's 2-1. The Explorers would love to get some revenge here, and well, this seems like the spot that you'd have to do it. Down 4 runs here in the bottom of the 4th. Jaron Jackson's been looking good the last 2 as this one's well hit into left field. Pretty well hit, going back to the wall, at the track, at the wall, leaping, it's over his glove, out of here! 2-run shot, John Nagowski, and the Explorers have just cut this deficit to 2 runs. Hold the phone here as the Explorers make this one a game. John Nagowski trots around the bags, and it's 4-2. And the night sky coming over us here in Sioux City. A beautiful shot of the moon over on the AABaseball.tv side of things, and the lights are aglow as Deshaun Knowles will step into the batter's box to face Logan Nissen, and the first pitch is fouled away for strike number 1. And Logan Nissen, a right-handed pitcher, so Deshaun Knowles will bat as a lefty. Of course, a switch hitter. Him and Daniel Lingua, the 2 switch hitters on the Explorers. 0-1 to Knowles is sent foul down the first base line.
Nissen, 19 in the 3rd innings, 4 earned runs, 18 hits, 3 walks, 23 strikeouts, 1.86 ERA. And on for the 19th time, Nissen is from Olivia, Minnesota.
Safe to say he's been pretty good this year.
Yes.
The 0-2, this one missing away for ball number 1.
So was Belzer, 5 innings, 6 hits, no runs, couple of walks, 2 strikeouts. Leave it through 84 there.
Yeah, 5 shutout frames. You cannot complain about that, despite all the traffic he allowed.
Yeah.
1-2 is fouled away by Knowles, and count will stay 1-2.
Quick check of the Sneakies Chicken out-of-town scoreboard. Let's check in with Fargo and Lincoln. They Game 1 in the books, 9-5, Fargo over Lincoln. Game 2 is not started. As you mentioned earlier, I think they'd be a little late tonight anyway.
1-2 to Knowles is flared out into center field. Craig running up on it, and he'll make the play for out number 1.
I was also told they had a little more water this afternoon than they bargained for. They had to do a little field work too after that first ball game. Lake Country and Milwaukee at 7-2, all milk right now in the 7th. Top of the 7th, Gary South Shore 2, Cleburne 1. Mentioned earlier, Sioux Falls and Winnipeg washed away. That was early today. That was at 1 o'clock they canceled that ball game.
Daniel Montano at the plate. Left-handed batter will take the first pitch away for ball number 1. Now, I think the game that everyone's waiting on is...
And they won't make that one up, by the way, that Sioux Falls game. So I'll give you the update on that Chicago-Kansas City game.
The 1-0 to Montano misses low, and it's 2-0.
They are now the bottom of the 7th, and it looks like that was out number 3 a moment ago. And it's still 7-5 Chicago. They're going to the 8th.
All right. It's kind of like that 2-run lead I was talking about for the Cougars. You enter the 8th inning, you're feeling all right about it. You enter the 9th, and you're feeling pretty good as that one is on the outside edge for strike number 1 to Montano.
Well, the X's are probably kicking themselves right now because, again, you had chances to kind of even manufacture with your team speed. You probably could have manufactured at least 1 run.
Yeah, that's what you feel like. It's just you feel like you're missing out right now as that one is fouled away.
You had a leadoff walk, got picked off. You had, you did get a stolen base a bit later on, but that was the 5th inning. Just couldn't really get that. That 3rd inning really was the kind of the bad side, the double it.
As this one is hit into the gap between second and short, into right field. Daniel Montano, his 2nd hit of the game as he hits the 2-2 count and a 1-out base runner for the Explorers.
There's a tying run up here. This guy can do it.
And John Nagowski, yeah. That's probably one of the guys you want at the plate right now. You just feel the need to get some runs, although Nagowski did come into this same exact situation back in the 1st inning. Deshaun Knowles was retired in his first plate appearance, And Daniel Montano singled back in the first inning. Put himself on first base as this one is hit high into left center field, and running up on it and making the play is Cornelius Randolph. He had to trail quite a bit to make that catch, but that is out number 2 on the fly out to left field. Nagowski not seeing a lot of pitches today. That's just the 4th pitch he's seen all game, as he hit into the double play. He had the infield single in the 4th, and then the fly out there. And now Ozzy Martinez will step up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the game. On the season, though, batting .314. Been swinging that hot bat recently. Trying to keep it going as the first pitch is in there for strike number 1. Runner still on first base, Daniel Montano, and 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. X is down 2-0. The 0-1 is going to miss low and bounces away from Hayden Dunhurst, so Montano will prance on over to second base.
I don't know if John picked up something there, but just watching, you couldn't see it on the wild pitch, but right before that, there was a shot from the other camera, and John was sort of holding court like he was talking to a couple of the guys, and you're mentioning he hadn't seen a lot of pitches, and I don't know if he was being, if that was the conversation, I assume it was, about something he saw, because he had a couple of guys' ears, one being Ortega, the other being Shumpert. They were all kind of turned, listening to whatever he was trying to say there, and he was gesturing and showing them something. It's hard to tell exactly what, but it was pitch movement of some sort.
Yeah, well, we talked about it on the Dugout Report yesterday with Jake Ortega about the leadership of John Nagowski and how there are a lot of guys that look up to him. It's good to see learning moments like that, and hopefully that can help out the team as the 1-1 count on the outside edge for strike number 2. So hopefully whatever it is, the X's will be able to use that to their advantage. Ozzy Martinez at the plate, runner on second base with 2 away. Here's the 1-2, and popped up. Right side of the infield, McGarry taking a couple steps to the side and catches it on the first base line for out number 3. The X's get a 1-out single from Montano, but they leave him stranded and do not score again. It's 2-0 Cougars through 6. We'll step aside and come back with more Explorers baseball here on KSCJ and AABaseball.tv.